my name is Allen Wong, and this presentation is about immigration theories 2. And the two articles I'm going to discuss would be the capital labor and criminalized worker. And the second one would be the forbidden worker chapter 5, manufacturing's ethnicity. And the first article would be the capital labor and criminalized worker, which is the general idea of this article is talk about the how illegal immigrants not really harming this capital system is actually good for the capital's economics and industry. So general idea for a corporation or industry firm that produce any kind of items, they mainly focus is the cheap labor. There's a three basic way to get how to access cheap labor as the article described. First would be the setting up the factory or enterprise at a location that you can have easy access of a cheap labor. The second method would be the migrations from workers from other countries and working in the factory. But these two options is mostly available for the big firm or big company corporations. So for the small firm and small corporation, small business, they need to have access to a cheap labor. The only way they can available to access is the illegal immigrant, and so they will hire an illegal immigrant and paying them below wage, and all the getting them to work that most Americans will not work for it because it's too low and it's too dangerous. But for the illegal immigrants, due to the illegal is their only witness they had to work for any kind of work condition they in. So basically they came to America with have no background of English or anything, and only function they have would be the work and sending money back home and supporting their family. And so they would be more productive than regular employer that is American, and their production would be cheaper, like a surplus productions. So these surplus could help the small business and small firm to compete with big corporations by selling their product cheaper, and that's helping the lower class or mid class Americans. And basically, it's not really much harm to economic. It's really good, and also those illegal, they need to shop for their food and find place to live, pay for their utilities. So basically it's really helping the economics and not really damage at anything. The second would be the forbidden worker, which is chapter 5, manufacturing illicitly. Basically the general idea of this chapter is talk about how's the life of a illegal immigrant, how they came to America and they don't need to know English or anything. They could work in America, Chinatown, New York. And they also, the employer and the worker is like helping each other constantly, and the book described that's called gun earn. And how they helping each other, by example, would be the employer paying the employee cash. So the employees could report it as a low wage or minimum wage, so they could avoid paying high tax. And how another part of this chapter is talk about Fukin American Society, which is a organized supposed to help the new Chinese. So it would be running by a Chen Shipin, and the people that also call her businessman, and as a surface they really look at it as a cover. Basically it's really helping the society, is organized that help the people that don't know English or newly come America. But in the behind the surface, as beneath, is basically they say that businessman is a smuggler, that she organized how the illegal immigrant came to America and how they gonna work everything. And also she is considered as a queen of a Chinatown. So basically, she had the control of all the Chinese, and example would be a reporter try to report how the function they work and how dark is the employer to cheat it, and how they unfair cheating to those illegal immigrants, and this is pinned giving like sending a threat to this reporter or translator, the newspaper to translator. They will like sending threat, and then hiring murder to kill them. That example would be saying how she is having like completely control over Chinatown, which is like a communist and not democracy as which America would stand for.